Hello, and welcome back to the BricksCascade Broadcast Network. While this bag of plates falls to the ground, and as you know, whenever I'm streaming, I usually have to say, "Oh no," at least once. And today has been a busy, busy day. It's been a busy week because, as you know, I'm getting ready for BricksCascade, but I didn't want to not do this episode today because I really feel I'm trying to be consistent that every Thursday we focus on a set that's $20 or less for Thrifty Thursday. And for those of you who are interested in more of these, please remember to like and subscribe because I do this every Thursday on YouTube. And today I have picked up this creator set, 3-in-1 creator set, which is the racing streetcar. And this wasn't even on my radar. When I was looking at the Lego store, I didn't see this on the shelves. This turned out to be something I got from Target, and it's exactly $19.99. It is a 3-in-1. And as you probably saw from the title card, I'm doing an alternate build. I'm not going to do the main build. So this is the main build here, which is on the box. And instead, I'm going to focus on this alternate build. And this alternate build is looks like maybe a drag racer. And part of the reason for that is I want to be able to showcase this set, but I'm not going to have a whole lot of time today because I am just fast and furiously preparing for BricksCascade. In fact, I just sent a note to Ferg a couple hours ago just saying, okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and get this veterinary services clinic done. It's going to be roughly 64 by 32. And there's a lot of things I wanted to do, but I'm not going to be able to do it. It's going to have a flat roof, and it's going to have a helipad there. And apparently there's a lot of people doing helipads. So I don't have to bring a helicopter, but I will have that done. And I also, tomorrow I'm going to be going to Bricks and Minifigs to do some diving in the bins. So I think I just have a lot to do. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and show you this box. And it's this one also because it's an alternate build. That means I'll be having to read instructions on the screen. So I'm not sure honestly how I'm going to do this because the screen gets a little cluttered. So I think what I'm going to start with is go ahead and show you this. So this is the back of the box. As I mentioned, the main build is this one. It's got 258 pieces, and usually the main build will use, excuse me, most of the pieces. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to focus on this alternate build, which is this streetcar. And part of the reason for that is I noticed that this is mostly red and white. And it'll help me with going through the pieces and knolling the pieces and being able to get through this faster. So that's part of the reason why I chose that. And it's also just a cool model. And as you know, friends don't let friends use push tabs, so we're not going to use the push tabs here. We're going to go ahead and work on this as we normally do. And like I said, for Thrifty Thursday, I wanted to make sure that I had a chance to still do this. And I will probably do the regular build sometime, but not in the next week because I have so many projects that I have to finish in a week's time. And one of my friends, Debo, was talking about how he was building so much that his fingers were getting numb. And that's kind of how I feel with with just the way this week has been going. All right, so here, let me scroll out a little bit. Oops. All right, why is this not cooperating? All right, is this as far out as it'll go? I have to do a practical zoom out. Like, lift the camera. Oh, hey, Zach Martinez, how's it going? So, yeah, if you just joined, this is the racing streetcar. It's 31127. And this is the normal build. That is the main build. So if you were to focus on that, it's 258 pieces. I'm going to do the streetcar because I don't have a whole lot of time today because I'm so busy working on a lot of the different builds for the BricksCascade coming up. And as you probably know, when you work on these alternate builds, they usually don't provide, oh my gosh, they do. Okay, well, this is going to make life a lot easier. Is that usually they only provide the one main build, and then they tell you you can download the other builds and then look at them online. So I'm really, really excited that this one actually has the instructions, because that's going to make life so much easier. Is this one on the March release sets? I believe it is, because this one is $19.99, and I got it from Target, and it wasn't in the Lego store when I went there. So I was just looking at this, and you'll be happy to know this, Zach, that when you look at this build, it doesn't have any of those teal pieces, so knolling is going to be a lot easier. I can just set all the turquoise, the dark turquoise pieces aside. It's a nice color combination. If you take a look at just all the pieces that are in there, I'm going to grab a cup. All of my cups are in use. You can see here's one of my cups in use right now. I'm just putting all these things together. So let's see. All right. Yep. Like I said, it's a mad dash for all of my seaweed cups are in use. Everything, every container I have is in use right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these. You love those colors? Yeah, yeah. But I think since we don't have to worry about all the teal, I think that we can just set aside. So I think I'll just put those in a corner. In fact, we'll just do it this way. Put all those teal pieces in a corner so we don't have to worry about them, because this is going to be mostly a white and red build. But yeah, all of these, I mean, these 1x4s and such. Lena, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. You will probably be happy to know I actually did a tweet. I did a tweet announcing the stream today. I'm trying to be better. I know my social media skills still need improvement, but I thought about you and I said, Lena would be very happy if I did a tweet before starting the stream. Dump them in the box. Yeah, I just did. Which is another reason why we build it in the box. So then that way we can separate these out this way. Yeah. But, and you probably noticed there's no numbered bags in this. So this is kind of a free-for-all. But all of the teal pieces, because we're going to do the alternate build, should be better. But yeah, I am super excited about BricksCascade. In fact, Zach, you probably remember I did a Liz challenge for Tricky Bricks, and I had built a dragon, and Liz is riding on the dragon. Congrats on the tweet. Thank you. What's my Twitter handle? It's Brickanista. Yeah, not anything innovative. Maybe I should go with the Brickanista, because you don't want to have any imposters. Yeah, no, Lena has been encouraging me to do more tweets, and I know Cranky Bricks on the Brick Relay, she does more tweets too, and I said, I gotta get with the program. I gotta start doing more of that. All right. Uh-oh, did my down camera just die? Okay, no, we're good. Yeah, so I hope you're all doing well, and I'm gonna see also Zach Martinez next week. I hope, I don't know if you're coming in early or I will be there Thursday night. I'm going to be driving down with my models in tow. I'm almost tempted to drive in Wednesday night, but I don't know, cost of hotels is so expensive. So it's kind of like, do I really need to get there first thing Thursday morning? And plus I have another day to build. So I think I'm just gonna just do it that way. Okay, we have one more bag here. And I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm taking all that dark turquoise and putting it aside. You've been needing to tweet more. You've been in a slump. Well, the way I look at things, like today, I should have probably also posted it on Instagram. But it goes back to there's only so many hours in a day. And today I may have told you that some of you may not know this, but my neighbor, their ceiling caved in because of water yesterday. And, you know, see, today's what, Thursday? Actually, it was Tuesday night. So Tuesday night, if you can imagine, I get this frantic knock on the door, and my neighbor said, "Our ceiling just caved in." And I was like, "What?" It's like, wow. Yeah, so I think that just I'm on high alert right now. Plus, I've been taking a lot of photos and talking to the front office, just saying, hey, you know, when I left for Arizona in December. I filed a report, and it didn't look like they did anything. Only 24, and some are used sleeping. Are they okay? Yeah, they're okay. And apparently they put a tarp over the hole in the roof, and the roofers are supposed to come, I think, tomorrow. But I don't know about you, but I would have a hard time sleeping underneath a gaping hole with, you know, insulation and such, you know, in the roof. So I told them I would ask for a hotel room. I wouldn't sleep there. But I don't know if they would do that. They might not. Yeah, so I was just like, wow, that's pretty harsh. But yeah, but I think after what happened in Miami with the building collapsing and all those people who got trapped, and I was thinking, I'm on a 3-story building, so it's not too bad. But still, I don't want to get caught in something like that. Okay, now here's a problem when you have everything. Okay, maybe I'm going to have to start knolling by color a little bit over here. Because I found these pretty quickly, but I need a second one. Yeah. This is where I wish I had my sorting tray. Okay. Well, like I said, my trays are all in use with all the different projects I'm working on right now. So we're just going to have to hunt and peck. And I know Zach Martinez is going, you know, if you knolled your pieces. And I'm kind of knolling right now. You can see I'm kind of setting things aside. And here it is. I thought this would go faster because we don't have to deal with all those pieces. I'm going to put all of these big wheels out. It's noisy with rain on tarp. Yeah, exactly. Noise on tarp. I'm just going to go ahead and put these together because we know these are supposed to be together. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to a safety issue, I just always err on the side of caution. But I also think that if this building is at risk of, you know, collapsing, I don't want to be in here, you know, when that happens. The tree branch that fell into the skylight. Ooh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then there's people who have, and this is the thing, this collapsed right over their bedroom. And, you know, they were wide awake when it happened, but imagine if you're sleeping and then all of a sudden the roof caved in. That would be scary. So, yeah, I'm just, you know, I think that I need to you know, I took a bunch of pictures and I need to, you know, say my piece and just say, hey, you know, if I'm going to be living here, maybe you can fix this. This might be something that you can fix. All right, why am I not seeing that 1x2 with, all right, we're going to have to do some more knolling here. It looks like, let me put the red over here. More gray. And gray. If you see a 1x2 with clip, let me know. I don't see it. Ah, here it is. Okay. Hey, Yin Yang 847. How is Miami? How are you doing? It happened in the stairwell where your cat sits. Oh, thankfully your cat was watching the brush, watching you brush your teeth. Wow. How's it going? I am so busy with getting ready for BricksCascade, but I wanted to keep my schedule and, you know, maintain my Thrifty Thursday. So I'm just streaming the alternate build of this set because it doesn't use any of the dark turquoise pieces. So yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of hunting and pecking for different pieces. I probably should have kept the small pieces in the bag because right now, like, I'm looking for these inkwell pieces. The inkwell pieces are going to go here on the side. How are you, Yin Yang? All right, let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing with that inkwell piece. So yeah, so I'm looking, and I thought by doing this it might go faster because I don't have to deal with a portion of the pieces, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I am so excited because, as you know, I have been wanting to go to a convention since October. But because of family issues, I have not been able to go to a convention. And this will be my first convention, probably in person, actually, in 2 years. The last one I went to in person was BricksCascade in 2020. So I'm super excited because of that. And I just think that there's something to be said about just in-person gatherings. So I am so excited. P.T. McEwen's going to be there. Aubrey is going to be there. Zach Martinez is going to be there. It's going to be like a little Tricky Lug reunion. You're doing pretty well? Just been busy with work? Yeah. Well, see, the other thing I may have mentioned is that I think my family took advantage of me while I was down in Arizona. And so I'm going to be looking for full-time work while I'm, and that might affect my streams, just to warn you. But, you know, I took essentially 10 weeks of my life down in Arizona. And I love my family, but I also think it should have been a shared burden. I think I took a majority of the burden while I was there. Thankfully, my dad's fine. I mean, he still has, you know, mobility issues, but he's much better. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, so just be forewarned. Things may change in the coming months. And hey, if people know of a job opening, let me know, because I am actively searching. And I want to stay in the Seattle area. I think also the blessing of all of this is being in Arizona made me appreciate how much I missed Seattle. So, you know, Seattle is kind of like my adopted home. I didn't grow up here, but there's so much about this area that I absolutely love, and I want to stay here. It was a long time, and you were already looking for a job. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard to look for a job when you're out of town, and you have to spend 2 to 3 times a week, you know, working, you know, helping other people. So, yeah, and I think I've mentioned before, my brother lives across the street, and he's got 3 grown children locally, and he's got 4 total, but one's in Sacramento, so give her a pass, but Yeah, they just need to step up. They need to step up because Aunt Naomi can't do everything. I can't. I've already done it twice. So you can see we're putting in some of these brackets, these side brackets. Now it's interesting because there are these brackets that I have not seen. We've got these 1 by 1 by 2s, and then we're looking for a standard 1 by 2 side bracket. Oops, got another one of those. So sorry I'm whining, but I'm actually just really thankful to be back. I'm really, really thankful to be back. And it reminds me of when you travel and then you go to another country and you just appreciate some of the things that you took for granted. With a lot of the mask mandates being lifted, what do you think about the situation at Cascade? Oh, I'm definitely wearing my mask. I will tell you, if you read the CDC page, which I did, even though the mask mandates are coming down, it says in there that you should be searching for the area you're going to and looking at whether it's a high, medium, or low, um, you know, concern. And in the case of Portland, it's, oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the county. It starts with an M, like Mulholmish County, something like that. It's on high alert. So I am wearing a mask. I am wearing a mask while I'm there. Seattle is also high alert, King County. So it's all by county. So if you go to the CDC website, you'll see that you search by county and you see how that county is doing. Okay, so if you noticed, we put these brackets in. So the other thing cool about this set is it's got some really cool pieces. You still wear your mask at work. It's a high volume of customers as well as tourists. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I am a germaphobe to begin with, even before COVID. So having, the mask mandate lifted is not really going to change my behavior that much. In fact, I was in Arizona for so long. Everybody didn't wear masks there. I was the only one wearing masks. And then when I got back here, it was so great seeing everybody wearing masks. I was like, oh, I'm with my people. My people. Okay, why am I not finding? I'm looking for another one of these 1 by 2 curves. You just reached out to a friend who I have a job opening for a motivational promotional company? Sure. Yeah. You know some of my skills, Lena. So yeah. I think, at this point, I'm, I would like something that's going to be fulfilling. But I also realize too that if I want to stay in the area, I can't be too picky, right? You're going to have to pack yes, definitely pack your KN95s. I will have N95s too, so if you need some, let me know. I have no desire to risk my health for a convention. So, as much as I like, hanging around people, okay, this is weird. All right, I'm hesitating because you see how the end of this, everything is curves, and then this step, it covers that up. And I guess the clutch is all down here. But that's really just one row of clutch points. But that's what it says. Okay, it's still pretty strong. Wow. But this is a neat technique. So if you take a look, that it made this little curved area, I think, for an exhaust. Yeah, pack your KN95s. Don't go just with a cloth mask, especially because Saturday and Sunday is going to be a bunch of randos. Just randos walking around. And now that the mask mandates have been lifted, yeah. I mean, I would like to walk around without a mask, honestly, because it would be so liberating. But I'm also, I don't want to get sick. I don't want short COVID. I don't want long COVID. I just don't want COVID. You feel confident because you're triple vaccinated and you have antibodies. Oh, you have antibodies too. Oh, good. But you still don't want to be at or put everyone at risk. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how people respond. It could be too that, as I mentioned, the CDC said that you should wear a mask in high risk areas and especially indoors. And it could be that the convention center might still have that policy. So I would watch the website because the website will give the up-to-date information. But regardless, if somebody asks, why am I wearing my mask? I'll just say, because I like it. Because it brings me comfort. Now, this is interesting, too. So I'm going to put this on, and there'll be a gap. So there's going to be a little sliver of a gap right here. I feel masks don't have to absolutely be on all the time. Right, if we converse socially, yeah, or taking photos or something like that. Yeah, now that things seem to be a little bit better. And then when I take photos, I always hold my breath anyway when we're taking a photo. Okay, so this is interesting. There is a teal piece or a dark turquoise piece. That was the situation at Brick Rodeo. Oh, okay, so they wore masks and then they took them off for conversation. Okay, well, that's cool. I'm just very, very excited to be visiting with so many people and meeting people I haven't seen before, and just getting to see all the models that people are doing. Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay, so we are using some of the teal. 106.9 is looking for a radio host in Seattle full-time. Ooh, I've done radio work too. Okay, you're going to have to send me that link. You'll be used to it after 8+ hours at the airports. So is it going to take you 8 hours to get to Portland from New Mexico? That's a long time. Uh-oh, I just realized that I may not have moved this down far enough. Yep, I didn't move it down far enough. Yeah, see, I only have 2 studs showing. I needed to have 3 studs showing. And so there we go. That wasn't too bad. Joel is here. You're going to start the Emscapades. Are you doing that in advance of tomorrow's show? Because Tricky Bricks, for those of you who don't know, Tricky Bricks likes to do the Emscapades for people who log into the chat. So we were talking about making all of our names start with an M. Good to see you, Joel. How's it going? Yeah, I decided, I was tired, and also I have a lot of more building to do for BricksCascade, but I still wanted to do a Thrifty Thursday episode, so that's why I'm doing the alternate build for this race car set. So we're making the main chassis here, as you can see. And I thought there weren't going to be any of these teal pieces, but they're all pretty much hidden. So it's a cool little set, though, with all of these really wonderful colors. Did I do that right? Yeah. If you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, then do it. In Portland, people won't give you the evil eye for it. Exactly. Well, I was just mentioning before you joined that it may be also still required because it's an indoor event and it's at the Oregon Convention Center. So the convention center may have their own set of guidelines. But but yeah, when I was in Arizona, I kept getting the evil eye for wearing a mask. It's like, you do realize I'm kind of protecting you. This is for your safety. Okay, so this goes here. Zoom out a little. You can see that we're building this little chaffee out now. Definitely around 6. You have about a 3-hour layover. Oh, you have a layover in Seattle? Oh, man. Yeah, that's because you're flying on Alaska. Portland isn't I don't think a hub for Alaska Airlines. Yeah. But sounds like the price was right. A 3-hour layover in Seattle. Well, it takes me 3 hours to drive, 3.5 hours from Seattle to Portland. So if something happens where your flight is canceled, you can definitely just drive. And if you get stranded at all, let me know, because I can definitely help out there. You don't want to be stranded in Portland and then have to wait like for the next flight the next day. You might be able to get back to Seattle and have more options for you. That's what happened to me when I was in Charleston. When that big hurricane came through Florence, it was the size of North and South Carolina combined. I don't know if I told you this story, but I was living in California at the time, and I was a meeting planner for this group. Hey, how's it going, Cowboy Kenobi? How are you? So, and I asked the hotel, I said, you realize there's this hurricane coming through the size of North and South Carolina combined. Are we still having this convention? And they said, we can't cancel your event because, you know, the governor has to declare a state of emergency. So I flew all the way from California to Charleston, and I had to stop over, I think, in Atlanta. And then I get there, and 2 hours later, the governor declares a state of emergency. And you know what that means? That everybody's evacuating the city at the same time. And also all the flights are booked. And what I did is, one of the board members lives in Charlotte. So she gave me a ride to Charlotte, and I spent the night in Charlotte and then found another flight going back. Okay, I think this one up top is a translucent dot. Let's see if I see a trans dot in here. I see trans slopes. I don't see a trans dot. Still looking. I see trans 1x2. Yeah, so anyway, so I ended up, here we go. I took, I think it was 4 hours to drive back from Charleston. I literally spent 2 hours in Charleston after flying, I think it was a total of 8.5 to 9 hours, because with layovers and everything. And I had to even mention to the person, I said, are you going to cancel this? And they go, we can't cancel it. It's like, yeah. In the industry, it's called force majeure, in that you can invoke force majeure and then get out of a contract because of that. Which means act of God, essentially. or a major incident. Yeah, but that that was awful. I will say that was not something I would want to repeat. And Charleston is not that big of an airport. So flying into Charleston too was pretty bumpy because, you know, there was a freaking hurricane coming. Last year you're stuck at the Denver International Airport for 10 hours? Oh, I used to live in Denver, and the airport is out in the middle of nowhere. And there's this statue of a horse, and it's an interesting story. This statue has these flaming red eyes, which are kind of creepy. And, you know, this statue was supposed to be, you know, welcoming people to the city and, you know, to the airport. And people are just saying, this is a really creepy statue. But this is the really creepy part, is the person, the sculptor, that statue fell on top of him and killed him. So it's got bad juju all over. I don't like going and passing that statue. It's pretty creepy. I don't know if you knew that, Zach. One of the Southwest airline computer crashes that happened a lot last year. Oh, that's awful. No, 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 no. Don't like computer crashes. And that's not very reassuring, is it? Like when they come on the PA system and say, we're having technical malfunctions with our computer, so you'll be delayed for a little bit. It's kind of like, I don't know if I really want to get on a plane that's having those kinds of technical issues. I've actually liked not having to fly. That has been kind of a saving grace with this whole thing going on. So, as I mentioned with my job search, I'm anticipating I may have to fly out of town every now and then. I don't know, maybe not. Depends what kind of job I get. But, yeah. Look at that. That looks pretty sleek. That looks awesome. What about the underground city? The underground city? You love that, Bronco? The underground city in Denver? You didn't know that story about the statue? Yeah, read about the statue. Do a Google search on that statue. It's pretty creepy that, you know, it was like his pride and joy and fell on him. And that thing is not light. It is a pretty heavy piece of artwork. Okay, I think I'm just gonna make sure, is that supposed to be light gray or this like foam green? I think it's supposed to be light gray. Yeah, I think it's light gray. Put that down. Light gray. Yeah, read about that story. That's why I was like, you know, when you know the whole story about the statue, it gives you a whole new perspective. It's kind of like, you know, about the musical Rent. It's, you know, has all these awards that it's won because, you know, it's won several, what are they, Emmys? But the person who wrote the musical, he passed away before it opening night. I can't remember if it was like a week before opening night or something, but never got to see it. You hear about that with a lot of artists. Good evening, Max Braun. How are you? We are doing the alternate build of the 3-in-1 race car. And we're talking about spooky real stories. So, real stories about artists who have perished before they could realize their artwork being recognized. And the one I was just talking about was the show Rent. The composer died before it made it onto Broadway. It's like, at least, you know, their work became known afterwards. So they left behind a legacy, but it would be nice to know that people liked your work. Let's be honest, Jonathan Larson dying the day before Rent's premiere is probably the single biggest reason Rent won all the awards and acclaim. That's not true. Rent has some of the best songs. One of them that I absolutely love is Seasons of Love, where they talk about 525,600 minutes, and that's how many minutes you have in a year. That's an amazing song. So no, I don't think it has to do with him dying, but you know the story, so I'm glad you see you're verifying my facts, which is great. People called him crazy. Admittedly, he was mentally ill, but he had a unique art style. Yeah, I think, and that's the thing, is that he died before knowing how many people appreciated his work. And that's what's sad about that. And we were talking about, I don't know if you were here, Joel, when we were talking about the Bronco at the Denver International Airport and how the sculptor died from that Bronco. The Bronco fell on top of him. Yeah. So like I said, you never know when your time's going to come. You got to appreciate every day you got. Which goes back to what I was talking about, doing a job search, because I definitely think my family took advantage of me while I was there. So, I mean, I was glad to help, but I also, I didn't have my life, you know. I was a captive audience. But I'm glad my dad's better. Van Gogh, you were talking about? Oh, okay, I see. I thought you were talking about, what is it, Jonathan Larson, who wrote Rent. You should watch the TikTok Boom on Netflix. It's about Larson before he wrote Rent. Oh. Okay, when you said TikTok Boom, I thought you were talking about the TikTok, the social media platform. That's actually the name of the show. Okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah, this, I love the styling that this little set has. Considering that, you know, it's $19.99, you get some pretty cool pieces here. You cried at the end of the Van Gogh exhibit? Aww. It featured Vincent's letter with his brother Theo. Oh. Oh, Hooded One's here. Hey, how are you doing, Hooded One? Good to see you. Yeah, we're hanging out talking about famous artists and the legacies they left behind. So, how are you? Good. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, mein Freund. Wie geht's? I don't even know if that's not Dutch. That's German, but close enough. So yeah, so we're doing the alternate build because I thought it would be fewer pieces used and potentially faster, potentially a faster build, because I have a lot of work to do for BricksCascade. But I'm excited. At the end of this, I'll show you my tower that I built for the Friends collab. I still have to decorate it, but it's done. The structure is done, so I'm super excited about that. You talk about Van Gogh. That's always good. Oh, that's true. That's true. I mean, you know about art. I will say though that when they cast Willem Dafoe to play Van Gogh in the movie, I thought that was kind of weird. It was kind of like, of all the people you could have picked, you picked Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure who I would have picked, but that would not have been my first choice. Sorry, Willem Dafoe. I like you as an actor, but I think of you more as the Green Goblin than I do as Vincent Van Gogh. Sadly, you've lost friends and family by freak accidents. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, life is a gift. Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. Oh wow. I I think too that remember when I was talking about driving back from Arizona and I carry that manaya with me, that pendant that I got as a gift. That I didn't come through Idaho, and that could have been a really bad situation. So I feel very, very lucky about that. I've always felt like I've had like an angel looking over me. Oops, I just realized I've got the wrong piece. I need the one with the 3 holes, not the 2 holes. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. I'm so sorry, Lena. That's got to be hard for you. Just losing somebody to begin with, but to lose them in a freak accident, that's got to be hard. I can't even imagine. That's why, like you said, every day is a gift. So even though, things have not been the greatest for me, I've had my share of problems. I do still feel blessed that, I have a roof over my head. I've got a nice family. I mean, even though they can take advantage of me, they're nice people. I mean, I've heard about families who have not been nice to each other. You enjoyed Defoe hosting SNL a while back? Oh yeah, he's an amazing actor. I just don't see him as Van Gogh. you know. And they made him a ginger, so they dyed his hair and everything. Oh, leave a like, everyone. Yes, hey, Doc Sampson. How are you? So yeah, Doc Sampson is also another YouTube streamer. So if you're not following him, make sure you follow him. You think he's a good actor? Yes, he's definitely a good actor. But I think too, part of it is he's been stereotyped. So it's my own fault that I've fallen into the stereotypes. But he has been, more known for playing villainous characters, right? When your grandpa died of plane crash. Oh no! It was all over the news and it was not fun because they made money on people's loss. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lena. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Well, I hope I didn't hit a nerve. I didn't want to, make anybody upset with all of this talk. I will say that I'm, just like I said, I'm super grateful for just all the things that I've been able to experience travel-wise in a positive way. So I just wanted to point out that this has those a ton of brackets. It's got these black brackets, and then remember earlier we had those light gray brackets, which are kind of hidden here. But yeah, so it's got a lot of really good brackets in this, really good pieces. No nerves were hit? Okay. Well, all I can tell you is that I'm sorry that you had to go through that, because I'm sure it's hard enough dealing with the loss and then to have the news and then, people, reporters are always going up to families and putting a microphone in their face and saying, tell us how you feel. And it's kind of like, this is kind of personal, could you go away? That's why I think it's always great when attorneys can speak on behalf of the family, because I think if something traumatic like that were to happen to me, I wouldn't be able to speak to cameras. Even though I feel comfortable talking to a camera, I think in certain circumstances I just would not feel comfortable doing it. So I don't know if you noticed, we have this inverse 2x2 slope, and then they're doing this interesting thing here. Okay, so they're putting a 2x4 tile, and then they come in with the 1x6 plate to cover that up, and then they come back. Oops, hold on. Get that clutched properly. And then they come back with this foam green 2x2 curve to close it up. So that is an interesting technique. It'll be interesting to see where they're going to fit this. It looks like they're putting this over here. Okay, interesting. Yeah, every breath is a gift, absolutely. Life is a journey of finding answers. You may not find the ones you want, but hopefully you will find the ones you can accept. Quote, Lena Suarez. Yeah, boy, we're having a deep conversations today. I love it. I love it. I think it's great. We were talking, a couple friends of mine and I were talking about how some streamers, all they do is they just talk about, here's the product, and this is the product, and they don't talk about current events or anything like that. And I really appreciate this chat, because this chat, you know, brings up current events and things that are pertinent in the world besides Lego. I mean, Lego is what brought us together, but there's a lot of things happening in the world that we all should be, you know, mindful about. Because in the end, you know, we're going to care for the ones we love and hopefully have a good life, be good to each other. But not everybody has that benefit, especially right now with all that's happening with the pandemic and the war and all that other stuff going on in the world. Why am I not finding a 2x2? I'm looking for a 2x2 curve in foam green. All right, there it is. Oh, no, that's attached. Okay, why am I not finding it? There it is. There we go. Did somebody say inverse? Yeah, they did. Well, I was just thinking about this today. Well, and it was weird how, you know, when you sometimes you do routine things, and I was thinking about an old boyfriend of mine, and a part of me was like, you know, there's certain things that you do as a couple, like hosting dinner parties and things like that. But there's other things that the friends that are of your mate or spouse, you know, you have to deal with them too. It's like a package deal. Yeah. So those were some things I didn't miss. Yeah. And let's say the one example I can give you, which isn't too harsh, is that for some reason, when I met him, he was never a fan of soccer. But then all of a sudden, one of his friends is big into Manchester United. And then all of a sudden, everything was Manchester United. And they even went to Manchester, to the Old Trafford. And I'm thinking, you had no interest in this before. Why all of a sudden are you interested in this? So who knows? But that's okay. That's in the past. That is in the past. All right, so we have, you know, who would have thought that I would be streaming Lego? You know? Let's see, 2 years ago, I was at a Lego convention. I started my Lego journey in 2018. So to think about where I was in 2018, where I am today, it is pretty crazy. Pretty amazing, actually. I think the best part, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, is the friendships that you make in this hobby. And I know that Like one of my friends that I would have never guessed I would make a friend like this. And he's in the UK and he's 13, right? Matthew builds bricks. And, you know, it's more of a mentor relationship, right? Because we hang out and we build together, and his parents are totally on board with it. But we exchange birthday gifts and Christmas gifts together, and he's just a really awesome kid. And I learned things from him too. I learned about techniques and building, and I just think too, it's nice seeing life from the eyes of a adolescent. The hope. They're not jaded to the world like many of us are. So I really think of that as one of the surprising things that has come out of this pandemic that I'm so grateful for. And I don't know if he's going to log in, but if he logs in, make sure somebody say, "She just talked about you." Okay, where does this go? All right, does this go all the way up here? I guess it does. Look at that. Yeah, so I've gotten to be friends with him and his family, and they were talking about coming out to see me in Seattle, and I said, someday if I get out to London and, England, definitely come visit. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that that would ever come about? Yeah, so I'm very, very grateful for that. Let's see, we have two more. Yeah, and then there's people I've met recently. Cornado is on the call right now, and Joel. I went to California, and on the way back from Arizona, and they met me as well as Tricky Bricks, and we had a nice. Well, I know not everybody could stay for lunch, but we had lunch, and we also hung out at this toy safari, and yeah, we had a great time. And once again, I would have never had that experience if that wasn't for Lego. So I've met some really, really amazing people. And I can't wait for BricksCascade. There's going to be so many more people there that I get to hang out with. So Zach's going to be there. Aubrey's going to be there. Boone is going to be there. Yeah, we got just all kinds of cool people who are going to be there hanging out. I don't remember seeing all this dark turquoise because I guess it's hidden. But we have this dark turquoise here. All right, we got that. The people who change their likes or dislikes to be friends with someone else seems to be the least happy people from your experience. Yeah, good point. And they never seem to be content. Yeah, nothing's enough for them. True. Some people try to become someone who people like. They lose who they are. Yeah, that's true. And it's the little things in life worth living. The extravagant life and big money prizes aren't going to fill the void contentment comes with inside you. Yeah, that's true. It would be nice, though, to have some comfort, especially as you get older, knowing that you have enough finances to be, stable. So I think that's another thing. But in the end, though, you can't take it with you. So you got to enjoy what you have. There we go. Tricky Leg meetup on Saturday. Oh, did they announce the time? Yeah, definitely. I think Kara's going to be there too. All right, I am looking for 1x2s, a 1x2, and blue, or this teal color. I keep calling it teal. I think it's dark turquoise, right? What is the official color name? 1x2. There it is. Yeah, it's looking really cool. Look at that. Yeah, Yano is another person who's going to be there. And Yano and I have been chatting some more too about, she's a member of the Brick Alliance. So she and I have been chatting about things we could do as part of the Brick Alliance. So I'm stoked about that. I've already seen her when I drove through Portland, and we hung out with Royal Bricks. And also I got to meet Oliver. He's so adorable. This little dog has no teeth, and his tongue is hanging out. It's so cute. Very, very cute. Okay, so we've got a steering wheel. I will say this set does not come with a minifig. So that is one, I guess, considering the price point, it would be nice if it had a minifig too, but that's okay. It's still a pretty good parts pack. Lots of really cool parts. And, you know, this foam green is also, you don't see this in a lot of sets, especially ones that aren't like Friends or Trolls or something like that. So to see it in a 3-in-1 creator set is nice. They're starting to get a little more fancy with their color combinations, it looks like. Yeah, and all these slopes too, and these curves. Yeah, you get a lot of goodness in this pack. Cara announced it on Discord. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been on Discord very much. I probably should, but yeah, if you can send me a screenshot and tell me the time, I will definitely be there. Because you also have to look at your schedule for games and other things that might be going on during the day. Okay, why am I not finding? I'm looking for a 1x2 slope in this foam green. Why am I not seeing it? No, 1x2 slope. This is where Cornado's line, trust in the brick. There it is. Trust in the brick. Is it okay if I connect you with my buddy Marcel? She has a job opening. Absolutely. Is that in Washington? I should clarify. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested. I'm on a very strategic job hunt right now. I had an interview on Wednesday with a local search firm, and she gave me some good tips on how to revamp my resume. I also belong to the was it the UNC Alumni Association, and I have an appointment for somebody who's going to do a resume review and give me some pointers. So yeah, I am hardcore. I'm going hard on this, because I think that to secure my future in Washington State, I definitely need to do this. I mean, I still love what I do, but I think given what recently happened, I need to do this. It's in the Seattle area. Okay. Yeah, totally. You know, and that's the thing that's been driving me crazy. I've been doing some job searches, for a little bit on and off, but I haven't, been calling recruiters and other things. I've been doing them mostly online. And the thing that drives me crazy is that this whole online system of job hunting, it's like people can ghost you and you get no reply. It like goes into a black hole. And people say, we're hiring, we've got thousands of jobs. So University of Washington's a great example. They talk about having lots of jobs available. And I've applied to, 6 jobs there. And it has just been in a black hole. And I was looking at this site the other day, and I think I applied for a job, I want to say September or maybe April of 2020. It's almost been 2 years, and it still says under review. And it's kind of like, it takes you 2 years to review a resume, really? Yeah. So like I said, you just don't know. Okay, so this is interesting. We are, oh, what happened? There we go. We're doing sideways building. So this little decoration we made is going to go this way. Ah, it goes on like this. Oh, look at that. Very cool. It matches up with this bracket over here. So you got that. Yeah, I mean, I am worried about my dog because ideally it'd be great if I went with a pet-friendly company. That way I could bring her with me to work. But I'm also facing the potential that I might have to get a dog sitter, depending on what's available. All these logistics you got to work out. So once again, we're doing sideways building. So this is going to go here. That looks actually pretty cool. Let me zoom out just a bit. Oops, wrong way, wrong way. Abort! We made a joint DM for both you guys to talk. Awesome. What platform did you do that on? Instagram, Facebook? She doesn't know me as Lena yet. We've been friends for almost a quarter. I'm not sure what that Q stands for. 10 years. Oh, okay. Okay, I will not refer to you as Lena. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because we're doing a sub build. Yeah, I mean, I think the good news is that there have been a lot of people who have been very positive as far as when I talk with them. But it still comes down to, it's nice to be positive, but I need a concrete answer. Do you have a job or not? I mean, thankfully, I still have work with my my consulting that I do, but I definitely need to ramp things up because the other thing is I don't get health care through that. Facebook? Okay, I'll look on Facebook. Okay, so we're going to do, once again, this is another sideways build. And this is going to go, it's like here. Ah, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that technique. The sideways build technique. I might have to rebuild this in one of the other configurations. Usually I do the main build. I usually don't start with the alternate build. So this was fortuitous, I think. Okay, we're going to do another sub build again. And here's where those bracket pieces I was talking about are going to come into play. Let's see. It looks like I didn't realize we have some ingots in here. Dark gray ingots. Alright, so we got that little sub build. Oops, I have it the wrong way. I was going to say, why does it not look right? Okay. And alright, I want this here. Alright. It's a fancy car. It is a fancy car. Like I said, I thought this was going to use fewer pieces, but it looks like it's going, because I didn't see all the teal. All the teal is covered up. Yeah. The dark turquoise is covered up. I'm just going to flip back and forth by saying the two different types. Because clearly I've got turquoise and teal on the mind here. Okay, why am I not finding the 1x2? Is it back here? Is that the 1x2? Yeah. 1x2 in... It's probably hiding underneath one of these. No. Slopes. I'm concerned. All right, I don't see a 1x2 in here. Let me double check. Yeah, there's a 1x2 and a 2x3. Did I make this already? I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I did. I see. I had skipped ahead and I put these in. Okay. Boy, I was like, oh, wait a minute. What did I do? All right. I had skipped ahead. Because, you know, cars are symmetrical. Yeah, so going back to traveling with the dog, so I am going to be taking Kesaro with me. And then Thursday, I'm driving down from Seattle. Probably will get there around, I don't know, 4-ish? 4, 5? And then I've got to help out the Jurassic Park people because they are going to be building the big collab. And I talked with Ferg. So remember when I started that the big building? I'm actually working on that. It has been it's been a big feat, which is part of the reason why I chose this alternate build, because I thought it wouldn't be as long. But I'm so excited because I think it's going to come together. You remember when I was working on that, what stopped me was I was trying to do an elevator. And I just said, you know, for this show, I'm not going to put an elevator in. I'm just going to have to do something simple. And then I'm going to cover it with just a set of plates and put a helicopter landing pad. That's what's going to happen. It's just going to be super simple. And I even told Ferg, I said, I can bring my Black Widow helicopter. He goes, oh, you don't have to make that. We've got a bunch of helicopters. I go, okay, good. One less thing for me to carry. Yeah, so I've got to work on that. And I'm going to work on that this weekend. I know I'm really cutting it thin, but thankfully I had built the main structure. And when I told Ferg I was going to do this, I told him I was building a carport for the vehicles. And remember, for those of you who saw that episode, I had, you know, made allowance for the vehicles. So I sent him a photo of that. And yeah, so I think overall I'm pretty happy with how things are coming together. And to be part of this collab, I think, is super cool. So you might see me there, Zach. Look for the Jurassic Park collab. I'm going to work my buns off just to get that done. Yeah, that's what they call crunch time. Definitely crunch time. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I didn't want to disappoint Ferg again. Because I didn't do it last time, and he gives me, you know, crap about it. But I give him crap about other things. You probably remember the interview I had with him on Bainbridge Island. He's a super, super cool guy, and just the fact that he invited me to be in the collab is really special, so I don't want to let him down. Alright, here we go. Like I said, these sideways buildings are really... I'm going to have to do more of these. That satisfying snap. Look at that. That is dope. I haven't said that in a while. That's dope, yo. Super dope. Speaking of which, is Max still on here? He would remember that I would say that's dope, yo, on also sort lug calls. I would do that. I don't know if anybody else here is on sort lug, because Glenn would be on here sometimes, but we haven't seen Glenn in a while. I think he's been busy. I seem to remember he said something about Thursday nights were harder for him. So we haven't seen Glenn in a while. But Max remembers that I would say, it's dope, yo, on sort lug calls. But I haven't been really as engaged with sort lug as much recently, mostly because I've been busy. But I also find that the conversation is better really late at night. I find. Looks like a very swooshable car. Yes, it is very swooshable, now that you mention it. And let me, it is dope. That's dope, yo. So just to Hooded One's point, it is very, very swooshable. In fact, I can probably play volleyball with this thing. It is very, very swooshable car. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, no, this is a fun little build. And like I said, I hadn't expected it to be as long because I thought I thought it was going to be smaller, but I think it's using just as many pieces. Yeah, so this is interesting. That this piece, let me zoom in again. This piece, which I have not seen, at least in my collection, which is a 1x1 by, looks like a double-sided snot. So they're using it on this piece now, in this way. So we've got two. Now we have two. I saw the second one. It's in here. It is in here. It should be easier to find pieces. Why is it hard for me? Maybe because I'm tired. Like I said, I've got a lot of work to do. So much more work to do. Okay, why am I not finding this? Alright, well, while I'm looking for that, this one can go up front. Yeah, they're supposed to be... Because then this piece goes like that, which is cool. You haven't heard the famous, oh no, sometime. That's because everything is in the box. So if I keep everything in the box, then nothing can fall off, right? But I can't find, here it is. I was going to say, wait a minute. It's got to be in here. Like Cornado would say, trust in the brick. There we go. All right, so where's this going to go? This is going to go behind the driver's seat. Oh, very, very cool. That is dope. Look at that. That is very cool. So this piece went right there. Fun. But wait, there's more. Let me zoom out a little. Let's see the beauty of this. Oh, good. We're getting to the wheels now. So I already put these in, and it looks like we're going to be using this red axle. And looks like I'm looking for. It looks like it could be a bushing, but no, I think it's actually this piece. I think it's this inkwell piece. The inkwell piece with this. Alright. And I believe, which way is this going? This way? They're telling us to put this in first. Is that right? No, I don't think so. Wait a minute. Unless it's this way. But the spokes don't look like they're out. Alright, hold up. Yeah, see, there's a spoke side. So you can see that there's a side with spokes, and then there's a side that doesn't have the spokes. So they want this here. And then this is the part that is kind of weird. I thought that was an inkwell piece, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a standard. Let's zoom in on that some more. What is that? Just a regular, it's a regular round plate. Okay. All right, round plate. Guess we would just do this round plate. A stud in the middle. So I thought the inkwell piece would have been good. Alright. So there's our little wheel. Alright, now will this fit in here? Aha. That does fit in there. Interesting. Okay. Alright. I get it now. Alright. We put that in there. And that. Alright, is this one the smooth one? It is. Okay. Alright, we want us to do this twice. Okay. And stud. There's one. Don't want to have to take apart the inkwell. Alright, here we go. And it's pretty snug in there. I'm kind of surprised, honestly. Alright, so let's see. I said to put 2 of these in here. Oops. It would be good to put it in the right side, Brickanista. There we go. Toodles! Bye, Hooded One. Have a good day at work. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a good day. And yes, this is very swooshable. So you will be missing the tail end of this, so to speak. All right, let's see. I think this will go here. And then this one will go, looks like here. And that looks cool. Yeah, you've been here a while too, Alina. I know usually you're working, so good to have you here. So it's interesting that these, normally you see bushings, but they're using these pin extenders instead to give it the buffer. And let's see where we're going next. It's after this. We're almost done. And once again, we didn't use a lot of the turquoise, dark turquoise pieces. Okay, all right. So it looks like they're having us do the wheels again. So wheels, wheels, wheels. All right, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand so I can keep everything intact. All right, so we need 1 by 1 and stud. My mind is doing a vroom looking at that car. Yeah, this is a cool car. It's a very cool car. I'm glad I chose this one. Like I said, I might have to do that in the future, is pick alternate builds, just so, you know, we get a variety. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Vroom, vroom. Nice. Nice. All right, let's see if I can find that other. Here we go. Stud. This is like practicing my one-handed building. Not that I would ever be in a competition, but for context, the noise vroom is in your head. Okay. Well, now it's in our heads. Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay. Wow. That's a solid build. That is solid. Now, why is the friction on this? Friction's a little tight on this one. There we go. Much better. Okay. So we are, looks like my internet is lagging. Sorry about that. That is a pretty dope model. And I think we're almost done because you can see they put these indicators now. And ta-da! Okay, there we go. And look at all the pieces we have left over, because we didn't use the windscreens on these, so you still have 2 windscreens left. And look at all of that dark turquoise in the box. And that is a pretty cool race car. I'm so stoked. This is great. All right. Okay, so I have a few things I wanted to share with you that I'm working on for BricksCascade. I think I may have shown you last time. Did I show you that I've finished the, I know if Joel's here, he kept asking me about what are you gonna do to stack the this what do you call it, the dress shop. All right, so well, let me take off these one by one. Okay, so this is the apartment, this is the office, and this is the dress shop. And I need to re-secure this down. All right, so a couple things that I did to make this more secure. Oops. You can see it already, it's kind of falling apart a little bit. Is that I used a double set of hinges. So in other words, that's looking really good. Thank you. You're talking about the this, or are you talking about the car? So I did a bay window, and my inspiration was from the Kingsman and the real shop. I took a look at the real shop. And then, so Joel was asking me how am I going to secure this. So originally I just had this one set of hinges here. And then what I did is I put a double set of hinges on this side. So this side now is secured also from the top. Then this little group of plates or studs is being used to hold up this sign. So this sign, I took the barber shop from, or the salon from the Friends set, and I recolored it. So instead of using turquoise, I ended up using, or azure rather, I used the black. So this is the interior, and I've added a few things here. I still need to put the guns in, but this is going to be the door opening to a set of guns. And as you can see, I added some wigs that came from also that other set. And I just continued with the red line to kind of add a stripe to kind of tie in the front. I still need to add a cash register and maybe a couple of different figures in here. The car, okay. But I'm very, very excited about this. And then the front, I added that, this came right from the directions. I added the flower pot, or the row of flowers, and then this little bench. I didn't have red, so I used a dark red, and it still looks fine. So super, super excited about that. And then this will stack with this next module. The dress shop looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super, super excited about it. And then this, it's a little finicky, but it does work. That this is going to be the, this is going to be the, oops, my banister is dropping. Hold up before I lose it. All right, so this is my detective agency, and too bad Hooded One is gone, because this was inspired by what Hooded One said, that I should be myself as Brickanista, as a detective, looking into what's happening with all the lost animals in Heart Lake City. You've got to call it a night? Okay, good evening, Max. Thanks for stopping in. And I talked about you earlier. We were talking about it's Doppio and how I would say that at Sortleg. So I said Max would know. He's like one of the few people here who goes to Sortleg. Steph must be Heart Lake City's most wanted. Exactly. So I need to still populate the interior with, you know, Stephanie wanted posters or something. I don't know how I'm going to do that. And then I position this so then that way, let me see if I can put it this way. I forgot I have a rooftop garden too. Get the roof off of here. Okay, so this next module, you can see that the stairwell fits right over this opening. So here you go up the stairs, and then you go into that opening, and that takes you up to the floor, which will have the apartment. So this will be Brickanista's apartment here. And then the last part, I don't know if my camera is too low, but well, we'll see if this works, is this little rooftop garden. So the rooftop garden will be here, and this is what it looks like. Oops, wait, no. I'm gonna get a clutch all the way down. Okay, here we go. We'll do it this way. So let's see if I can zoom out the camera at all. There we go. So you can see I made a whole apartment building with the shop at the bottom, the detective office on the second floor, and then the apartment here. I still need to get some doors, so I need to get another white door so that these two will be white. If I could find another color for the banister, but the sand green works for now for the balconies. But I wanted it to have a very cohesive look. So all three is like one big apartment complex. But my favorite by far is this bay window that I did for the bottom and this little stairwell. So it's going to look very different from the others. You could make flyers and hand them out. Steph wanted $10,000 Lego money. That actually would be a good tie-in, wouldn't it? If this was bigger, I mean, this is kind of small compared to a modular. Because, you know, if Cornado's still here, he does a lot of modulars. And this profile is very, very small. So this begs for it to be expanded. So I think what you'll see in the future is you'll probably see this become a modular build from me. And especially this whole Kingsman kind of scenario. I think it would be fun to also build the elevator going down and, you know, the training hall down below and all of that. So I am super, super excited with the way this came out. Mr. Dewey, how are you? Yeah, I was just talking about one of the things I've been working on for BricksCascade. And this is for the Tricky Lug collab, and I'm really, really happy with the way this came out. I think that it looks clean. It has a nice look with the apartments, you know, consistent back and forth. And the shop is the inspiration from the Kingsman. So super, super excited about that. I still need to do more details on the middle, but the exterior is done. So that one I wanted to share with you. I can't remember did you see the ramen shop? The final part of the ramen shop? Let me see if I can aim. Maybe this has to go with my front camera. Yeah, let me go back to my front camera because I added some chopsticks. Let me go to my front camera here. So I'm super excited about this. And Tornado, if you're here, we talked about modulars and how I need to bring modulars to the convention. So this is my ramen shop. And the one thing I added at the top were these chopsticks. These were from the Pigsy's Noodle Bowl. So I got the chopsticks here. And then I have the rotating sign that goes on top. And I still need to you know, figure out if I'm going to bring more modulars, but I definitely have the ramen shop. And you can see I put the sign of ramen going across. Actually, this was on Twitch, so some of you may not have seen this. Yes, Candy Panda is up top, definitely. The other thing I need to do is I would love to see how I can do some lighting on here so you can actually see the interior of the dojo. But, you know, you can open the door to the interior, and these doors on the bottom open up properly. See if I can get this to open. I don't know if you can see that, but you can open the door to go into there as well. But it is kind of dark, so it might have to be at another convention, but the ramen shop is going to be there. I'm probably going to bring the ramen shop, in fact, I was looking at my display, and if I really want it to look cohesive, I would have my post office, the pier, the ice cream shop, and then the ramen shop all together. And I might have to leave the coffee shop behind, which is right in front of me. So I'm super excited though when I saw the chopsticks. I said, oh, I forgot about those chopsticks. I go, I should put that on the roof. So yeah, the ramen shop, gonna be fun. So the other thing I've been working on is this women's brick initiative. So I found a lot of green plates. So I reworked the bright green to regular green. And I think the second module is on my other workspace. But this whole place is a disaster. I mean, there is so much Lego everywhere because I'm getting ready for this con. But I will be wrapping things up to box up. And I'm really, really excited that this will be one of the round towers in the round tower district. And I will be creating another round tower as well to go with this. So I've got to make 4 modules total. And I was super excited when I found some arches. I found a bunch of arches so I can make more of these. So super, super excited about that. And then I can't really transport it here, but I am working on my Jurassic Park veterinary service area. So yeah, Brickanista coffee is a must-have for BrickCon. Oh, oh no, don't make me sick. Don't make me bring it too. Well, I might be able to bring it. I don't know. I just have so much to do. I really have so much to do. And I still have the interiors to work on for this collab. I also found the one that I was working on in Arizona, so I'm going to do that for the Women's Brick Initiative. So what I'm going to do is, just to forewarn you, Sunday I'm still streaming. In fact, at 1 o'clock on Sunday, I have my special guest, Ms. Slobricta, Dawn Slobida. She is going to talk a little bit more about how she did the daily brick limit every single day for the entire year, some of the things that she's planning to do, and she's going to be at BricksCascade too. So we're going to do that at 1 o'clock on YouTube right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So she'll be here at 1 o'clock. And then I will, on 9 o'clock, do my Sunday stream. It'll probably be last minute mock building and interiors and other things that I need to get done for BricksCascade. And then the following Thursday, for Thrifty Thursday next week, a week from today, I won't be doing a Thrifty Thursday episode because I'll be at BrickCon. And then Sunday is not likely to happen because I'll probably be driving home because the con ends at 6. And then we've got to pack everything. And then by the time I drive back with Que Sera, I think I'm going to be too tired. So I may do a stream on Monday to do a recap. But we'll see how things go. Why not make a Brickanista branded coffee cup out of Lego? Yeah, I was thinking that might be something in the future. In fact, you can get those little cups that say I Heart HLC. I was thinking it would be cool to get them that say I Heart BBN. So that might be coming in the future. But before I close, since this is Thrifty Thursday, I just wanted to say that this little swooshable car, this is an alternate model too. There are 3 that are in this set. It's $19.99. It's set 31127. So this set here, the race driver set or racing car set, and I really enjoyed this. I love the sideways building. I may be building some of these other ones. So if you look at the other alternate builds, like you have the race car, which is this one, and then this is like this little old-time buggy. So it's just a very, very cool set. I really enjoyed it. And I also love the fact that they included all the manuals because they've been kind of leaning towards online and to see them all together. Oh, PT McEwen's here. Hey, how's it going? You just missed it, but I'll just show you the total. My friend's apartment complex. So I've got the Queen Anne Taylor's. I've got the Brickanista Detective Agency and Brickanista's apartment. And then I still need to work on the interiors. But I've got most of the interior, half of it done here. I've got to put together this. The stairwell does go up into an opening to the second floor. So you're late to the party. Yes, but we're still glad you're here. Yeah. And then the other thing I was showing off was my ramen shop because I added some chopsticks that came from the Pigsy's noodle bowl. So I added some chopsticks there in addition to the ramen sign. And I was doing this on Twitch, and I was really, really happy with that. And I've got the Brickanista sign that turns up top. So yeah, really, really stoked about that. And then PT, of course, knows that I've been working on the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower, and this is the Women's Brick Initiative Tower. And I've built a second block, which isn't here, it's actually in the other room. And I'll be finishing the 4 blocks. And then I think what I'm going to do is my second tower that I build on this quadrant is probably going to be the Brick Alliance Tower. I'm going to reach out to them and find out what their colors are. And I think, if I remember right, I think they're teal and pink, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm so, so excited. Oh, the other thing I think I'm going to bring, and I may put it in the Jurassic Park collab, is I got a lot of compliments on this little tiny build. But I had this when I was in Tricky Lugs collab, where we were doing, and it's falling apart because it doesn't have a base at the moment. We were doing the Let's Go Camping, and I put together this little ADA compliant bathroom. So I think this may be making an appearance at BricksCascade, probably in the Jurassic Park area. That's my guess. And I'm trying to fix this live. Hold up, let me just get this hinge together. Yeah, because this, as an ADA compliant door, all the doors that are in, Lego space are not ADA compliant. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open so you can see there's a toilet in there. And this had a ramp going up to it. And I remember several people were really excited that I put an ADA compliant toilet in my collab with Tricky Lug. So I think I'm going to bring this little toilet too, the ADA compliant toilet. And the the top pops off. Let me see if I can do this. It should, because it's very similar to a, let's see if you can see the interior, but you can see there's a toilet there and a sink, and there's lots of space. I actually put one of the Justin Ramsden wheelchair fig in and moved it around to make sure that there was plenty of space. So yeah, I'm going to bring this too. And I think what I may even do is, now that I'm getting better at studio, this one may go into studio as a build, but I need to figure out another way to do the door, because the door is really very fragile. But I'm super, super excited to also share this with people too. Wow. Wow about the ADA compliant toilet. I'm not sure what the wow is about. But yeah, I've got a lot of things to bring. The other thing, like I said, is that I am working on my Jurassic Park veterinary service, and that one, it's going to be dicey, but I think I can pull it off. I don't want to disappoint Ferg. So, okay, so we're back. So I got my ADA compliant toilet. The toilet. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I do need to work on, I think, the hinge area, but it's still pretty good as it is. As long as when it's not on a base, it's more fragile, but once it's on a 16 by 16, it's really good. It's late, you need sleep. Okay, and thank you so much for reaching out to your friend, because like I said, I am going to be doing a big job search here in Seattle, hardcore. So if you know of anybody who needs people who can talk to a camera, or who has biotech, or telecommunications experience, let me know. But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for hanging out with me. I'm super excited to meet some of you at BricksCascade. PT and Zach specifically, I know you're going to be there. Thank you, Lena, for stopping by. Cowboy Kenobi, Joel, Max, Mr. Dewey, anybody who's maybe lurking, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I'm super, oh, Hooded One, of course, too. And I'm super excited that I have this tower. Once again, the Brickanista Tower. We might need to put a name for this tower, too. Maybe I'll have to change it from the Kingsmen or the Queen Anne Taylors to something else. But anyway, I'm super excited that I got this done, I think yesterday or the day before. But anyway, thank you, everybody. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye.